ASMR. I am the aforementioned Oob, and today is my birthday. So I thought I would just do. I'm just gonna read some Shakespeare, reading you to sleep, kind of soft spoken stuff. It is actually the morning. It's like 7:45. And I haven't filmed an ASMR video yet this weekend, so I thought, you know what? Let's start my day off chilled and do this, and then because I'm having lunch later with my family and blah blah blah. So I thought, you know what? Let's just record an ASMR video in the morning. It still looks the same because it's still kind of dark and very wintry outside. But yeah. Anyways, I still I just drank my morning coffee, so I still taste it in my mouth. So it does feel a bit weird to make an ASMR video in this morning state, because I normally do it in the evenings. Anyways, first of all, let's pose for a thumbnail. I haven't actually chosen yet what we're going to read. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't actually chosen yet what we're gonna read, but I think, you know what, I think the last time I did this, I specifically chose pieces that were not really famous, but today I think fuck it, let's just go for whatever I feel like. And let's actually start with To Be or Not To Be from Hamlet. Okay, wait, I know some of it, I know the first few lines, so let me just go to the page, and then I will try to memorize as much as I can, and then we'll skip to the actual text. So okay. So let's just start with what I know. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, I think next is to dream. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna actually read it. What was to die? Okay, so anyways, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make. Also, I'm wearing, it's cold, it's the middle of winter over here, so I'm wearing my puffy jackets. I hope that gives you nice sort of passive ASMR in the background as I'm reading. Anyway, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, who would these fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the wool, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. That one I underlined because I like that line. I don't think I can see. Makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great birth and moment with this regard their currents turn away, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph. In thy orisons be all my sins remembered. And then I'll just read a few more of the underlined parts I have in the scene. Ophelia says shortly thereafter, my honored lord, I know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor. Oh, I'm going to read that again. For to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. Rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. And then Hamlet says a few lines after that, the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. The power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. And then later on Hamlet says, I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them up, So that's the little Hamlet piece. Next up, we'll move on to a play I actually haven't read yet. It's been in my bookshelf for ages. This is from my grandparents' collection that I inherited from them. I mean, it's just not like officially. I just saw them in the back room of my parents' house where my grandparents used to stay, and just took it. So this is the 12th Night, which I have not yet read. This was my grandmother's. I can see her little signature name in the front. This is Act 4, Scene 3. And I guess we'll do Sebastian's part over here. Again, I haven't read this, so I don't know what's going on. But let's just go. This is the air that is the glorious sun, this pearl she gave me. I do feel it and see it, and though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found his credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service, for through my soul disputes well, for though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad, yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs, and their dispatch with such smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes, and then Olivia enters with a priest. Sorry, I'm singing randomly. I was listening to the Beatles song that they released recently. Well, 2023, I think. Now and then. Any hoozles. Let's go to, this is my Julius Caesar and Othello little collection. I mean, I like the way it looks, but as you can see, okay, well, I don't know if you can see, the focus won't work if I move it really close with this lens, but it says a Shakespearean, so a T instead of an R, so pretty shoddy stuff over here, but anyways, we still have the text, presented in a decent enough manner, so It's okay. Let me just find a night. There was a passage that I did like. I think it was Casca or Cassius. Let me just try to find it. Here we go. It's Cassius and Casca having a conversation. This is Act 1, Scene... I want to say Scene 3, Act 1, Scene 3. So Casca starts with, whoever knew the heavens menace, so like there's a storm going on, there's like thunder and lightning. And then Cassius replies, those that have known the earth so full of faults, for my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night, and thus, unbraced, Casca, as you see, have bared my bosom to the thunderstone, and when the cross-blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself even in the aim and very flesh of it. Casca then says, but wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is part of men to fear and tremble when the most mighty gods by tokens send such dreadful heralds to astonish us. Then Cassius replies, you are dull, Casca, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman you do want, or else you use not. Oh, I think there are like cars driving outside. This is why I record at night. You are dull, Casca, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman you do want, or else you use not. You look pale and gaze and put on fear and cast yourself in wonder to see the strange impatience of the heavens. But if you would reconsider the true cause, why all these fires, why all these gliding ghosts, why birds and beasts, from quality and kind, why old men fool and children calculate, why all these things change from their ordinance, their natures and preformed faculties to monstrous quality, why you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night that thunders, lightens, opens graves, and roars as doth the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than thyself or me in personal action, yet prodigious grown and fearful as the strange eruptions are. Oh, I love that so much. And then Casca says, 'tis Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius? I just love that little piece so much. I love that piece so much. I mean, particularly when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself. Let me read that slower. And when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself even in the aim and very flesh of it. I have said that line to friends, not the whole thing, only I present myself even in the aim and very flesh of it. Like when sometimes I had a friend over the other day, not the other day, but some time ago, and it was raining really hard, and we were just sitting watching something in the lounge over here, not over over there in the other room, and it was raining, and I was like, I want to just go outside on the balcony, and they were like, but dude, it's raining, why? And I said, when it's raining, I want to present myself even and in the very... I can't even remember the thing now. I just read it, I can't remember it. And I said, I want to present myself even in the aim and very flesh of it. So, just a great little line. And that whole section is great, comparing the all these natural things that the gods are warning us, using to warn us with Caesar, And now and then, I think let's just do something from The Winter's Tale, which I think I read this when I was in university, so I cannot remember that much. But let's find again. This is my grandmother, because I recognize her handwriting over here. Okay, I found a little piece by a character by Clown, and I love clowns and jesters and things and fools in all these Shakespearean pieces, so I will show my love. This is Act 4, Scene 3. Act 4, Scene 3. I cannot do it without counters. Let me see. What am I to buy for our sheep shearing feast? 3 pounds of sugar, 5 pounds of currants, rice. What will the sister of mine do with rice? But my father hath made her mistress of the feast, and she lays it on. She hath made me 24 nosegays for the shearers, 3-man songmen all, and very good ones. But there are most of them means and bases, but one Puritan amongst them, and he sings psalms to hornpipes. I must have saffron to colour the warden pies, mace, dates, none. That's out of my note. Nutmegs, 7. A race or 2 of ginger, but that I may beg 4 pound of prunes, and as many of raisins or the sun. My traffic is sheets when the kite bolds look to lesser linen. My father named me Autolycus, who, being as I am, littered under Mercury, I was likewise a snapper up of unconsidered trifles. With dye and drab I purchased this caparison, and my revenue is the silly cheat. Gallows and knock are too powerful on the highway, beating and hanging are terrors to me. For the life to come, I sleep out the thought of it. A prize, a prize. That was, sorry, I saw my traffic is sheets and I had to read that part. That was Autolycus. I think that's going to be it for this video. A nice little short one for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little Shakespeare reading. And yeah. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.